NewsChannel 5 Network. This is Titans Talk.
Hey there, this is Titans Talk. Steve Layman here with you. Glad you are here with us on this Monday night on NewsChannel 5 Plus. Another victory Monday for the Tennessee Titans after a 24-13 win over the Texans yesterday at Nissan Stadium. A little payback game. Remember back early October, the Titans lose. They were embarrassed in Houston, 57-14. What a difference a couple of months makes. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's out, J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless out as well. It's a very different-looking Texans team, but the Titans were able to exact some revenge yesterday. Most importantly, get their 8th win of the season and remain in first place in the AFC South along with the Jaguars. And now the countdown begins for that Week 17 showdown, which at this point looks like it will very much decide the AFC South Division title, with both of those teams sitting at 8-4 records right now. Both have a bit of an interesting weekend coming up. The Titans traveling out to Arizona, which the Jags stubbed their toe on that trip just about a week or so ago. Will the Titans have a similar fate, or will they have more success out west? We'll find out. And the Jags, probably with their toughest game left, other than having to go to Tennessee in Week 17, by hosting the Seahawks this weekend. So a couple of big games coming up on Sunday that will help determine how this division picture looks in the final month of the season. It wasn't pretty yesterday again. I guess you can keep saying that with Titans games, but it is kind of what it is at this point. The Titans figure out a way to win these football games in the fourth quarter. Yesterday, they got behind 10-0. It was not a good start. Adoree Jackson fumbles early on, set up a field goal. That, by the way, after the defense forced a 3-and-out. So you're feeling great about yourself. He has a good return out to the 40-yard line. You're feeling really good about yourself. And then he coughs up the ball and gives the Texans possession in your own territory. Texans score again. One bust defensively. Leads to a touchdown. It's 10-0 at that point. But you just never get the sense, as I watched this team all year, and it was the same thing yesterday, you never get the sense that they're panicked by the position that they're in. 10-0 down is obviously not a good place to be. But they just continue to pound away, to plug away, to come after you, and eventually they break through against most of these teams. And yesterday they bounced back second quarter. A couple great plays to get down in the touchdown zone. Marcus Mariota runs one in. He then has a great scramble late in the half to set up a field goal. It's a tied game. And it could have been better. They missed a couple opportunities early on in that game. They missed a field goal. They could have had more points in the first half, but they walk in at the break, tied 10-10. And at that point, myself personally, and I think a lot of people felt good about the position the Titans were in. And sure enough, they come out in the second half. They build off of that running game, which ran for a season-high 198 yards yesterday. You got a play-action touchdown pass to Delanie Walker. The defense comes up with a couple of huge stops. And then late in the game, just a beautiful call, a great designed play with the overloaded line to the right, pitch back to the left, and Derrick Henry. Texans were completely out of position, and it was a home run. It was a type of play where you're really just trying to run out the clock, and you hope this is going to be open enough that he can get the first down and we can just truly run out the clock on a win. But it was such a well-designed play. It goes for a touchdown, and that's your ball game. And the Titans have done that a couple times this year. So credit to the coaching staff for having those in their pocket and dialing it up at the right time. And then credit to the players on the field for executing. It was not a stat sheet stuffer game. I mean, maybe for Derrick Henry, who ends up with 109 yards on the game on just 11 carries, you'd feel good about his day for sure. DeMarco Murray, 66 yards on just 11 carries. That's a very nice day. And between the two of them, it's a phenomenal day from the running attack. But there's some things to maybe be concerned about or that gives it a black eye. The defense giving up 330 yards passing to Tom Savage seems rough, but you only give up 13 points. You get a huge interception late in the red zone. The defense stood tall in the red zone throughout the course of the day. Marcus Mariota, only 15 of 23 for 150 yards passing. but he was excellent on third downs. Throws a touchdown pass, no interceptions yesterday. And I thought it looked like Marcus Mariota was back to himself. He was able to play right away from the start of this year after the leg injury last year. He then had a hamstring injury, and we know that hobbled him in the middle part of the season. I think it looked like yesterday that Marcus Mariota was truly back to 100% when it came to running the football. I mean, he was running away from guys at points yesterday, and that's obviously what he brings to the table. He's capable of doing that. But people are going to look at the numbers. They're going to look at his stats in the passing game and think, those aren't Brady numbers. Those aren't Breeze numbers. Those aren't Rodgers numbers. I thought Marcus Mariota was excellent yesterday. I thought the defense did its job yesterday, despite the fact that you're going to see that they gave up 380 yards or whatever it was, and a bunch of yards passing to Tom Savage. This is the NFL these days. You're going to give up yards. The key is being able to come up with the big play, a sack, a turnover, whatever, and hold people to field goals instead of touchdowns. And the Titans have gotten better and better at those three things defensively, and offensively they're getting better in the red zone. And if they can eliminate the turnovers, they've got a shot to get better here. They do need Rashard Matthews back. They need more from their wide receivers. Corey Davis needs to step up. I thought Eric Decker had a really nice game yesterday. Delaney Walker continues to catch everything that's thrown in his direction. But if you can piece that running game together, you can get a little bit more out of the passing game and not turn the ball over, that's going to be a difficult offense to beat. And it's not going to require 350 yards a week from Marcus Mariota. They can be balanced. And that was my favorite thing about the offense yesterday, is that at the beginning of the game, I feel like the offense was set up by the pass. They had some quick three-step drops, some quick hitters to give Mariota a rhythm early on. And I think it also put the Texans on their heels a bit. And then you start popping them with the running game, with DeMarco Murray and then Derrick Henry. And then the second half, it kind of switched. You go run, run, run. You get some big gains there. Play action, touchdown. That, to me, is how this Titans offense, exotic smash mouth, if you will, that's it at its best, at its finest, to be able to pass, then run, run, then pass. Those two things work in concert with each other, and that makes this offense as good as it possibly can be. I thought the play calling was excellent yesterday. I applaud them for going for it on fourth down late in the third quarter that set up the play-action touchdown pass to Delaney Walker that gave them the lead for good. That's a place where a lot of coaches, I think, would look at it and say, 10-10 game, we've been grinding away here. Here's a chance to kick a field goal and take the lead. I think at the moment, though, as you watched that game, you felt like, gosh, they should be able to get 1 yard. And 2, getting a touchdown there was important. That felt like a stranglehold to the game, and it turned out to be that. So I applaud Mike Mularkey for going with the tough call there and lining guys up and going for it on fourth down. He gets it with Derrick Henry, and the next play is a touchdown and a 17-10 lead. Your thoughts on the game yesterday? 737-7767, the number. Call us up here on News Channel 5+. Your thoughts on the Titans win? Where they go from here now in the month of December? Any concerns by the way it looked yesterday? I talked to a lot of people on the radio today over at 102.5 The Game. A lot of fans, despite the win, sort of the message was, I'm happy they're winning, but they just don't look great. Are you in that camp? Or are you ecstatic that the Titans are where they are right now? My simple message when it comes to the Titans is, think of where you were. 2008 was the last time the Titans made the playoffs. We're all aware of that. We're talking about a team that won 5 games over a 2-season stretch just a couple of years ago. Last year they got close but didn't get into the playoffs. Here's your opportunity. And here they are at 8-4. Where is the excitement for that? Where is the excitement for a Titans team that is now 8-4, has won twice as many games, as they have lost. They're in first place. They're knocking on the playoffs for the first time in a decade. I mean, how spoiled are we? What more do you want? I get it that we'd all love to win every game 30-7. But this is the NFL. The guys on the other side are getting paid too. And to continue to find ways to win here, that's 6 wins in 7 games. I mean, be happy about that. Be excited about where the Titans are at this point of the season. I want to hear from you guys tonight. 737-7767 is the number. We invite you on the program to be a part here. Let's go to Priscilla on line 2. Priscilla, thanks for the call. You'll start us off here on Titans Talk.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to say I'm super ecstatic with the Titans won yesterday. I think from the past game, they're just, improving every single game. And us, tying it up in the first quarter, and then getting ahead. And I think, third quarter was a little iffy, but that fourth quarter, it blew me away because I was really expecting, maybe us needing it or something, like usual. But when Henry broke out and ran that touchdown in, I think I jumped up and down. I was so excited, but it's so good to see us. I mean, we're fighting. We got Arizona, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Jacksonville. I think we can, every single game, play smart, let the offense get better like they have been, and defense, I think, is great. I think all Titans fans should, just be so excited that our team have got this far. It's something that we wanted to see every single year, and we just not got there. But this year, I tell you, it's something special, and it's just great. I'm so happy for them.
Priscilla, thanks for the call. We appreciate all that stuff. There's no question. Enjoy it while it's coming because it's been a long time. And for them to get to this point at 8-4, they've accomplished a lot early on here. They should win their next 2 games. They're going to be favored in Arizona. They're going to be favored in San Francisco. Just got its 2nd win of the season yesterday against the Bears. And then it gets a little more tough against the Rams and then the Jaguars, 2 teams that have 8 wins or more already. But still, you have a chance to get to 10-4 with 2 games at the end of the season that will mean everything. You'll be talking about a division title. You'll be talking about possibly home field advantage or a bye in the first round of the playoffs. There could be a lot on the line those last 2 weeks. So really, really big football games that we just haven't seen around here in quite some time. That's all in front of the Titans right here. And I will say, to Priscilla's point, the one thing about this team, and we've seen it time and time again, they would love to clean up some of these slow starts. But the thing that's been abundantly clear is no matter how slow they start or what the score is at the end of the first quarter, at halftime or whatever, this team firmly believes that it can come back and make any game a game and that it can win any game from any situation that they're in. And that cannot be taught. That is not something that every team just has. That is something special about this group, that when they played terribly in Cleveland or when they turned the ball over against Indianapolis in the first half, or the first meeting against Indianapolis when they were screwing things up in the red zone and settling for field goals. When all of those things happened, they still believed that over 60 minutes, if they just stuck with it and did the game plan and executed, they would figure out a win. And guess what? Now 6 times in the last 7 weeks, that is exactly what they've done. And that's something special. Even being able to win when you're not playing your absolute best is something special, something to be excited about if you're a Titans fan. Now, they need to find another gear. They need to find another gear for the home stretch of the season, and certainly when you get to the playoffs, because everybody at that point is good. And as we saw a couple weeks ago in Pittsburgh, some of these mistakes that they've been able to overcome against some of the lesser teams on their schedule, when you go up against one of the AFC's best or one of the NFL's best, those mistakes will kill you. They will flat out bury you. And I think they saw that with what happened in Pittsburgh. So they know they have another level out there, and they need to get there. but it's something to be said that when you don't play your absolute best, you believe and you have figured out a way to win. And the Titans have done that a bunch of times this year. Back to the phones we go now. Line 1 is Austin. Austin, thanks for the call. All right, we lost Austin. So we will take our first break here. Phone lines wide open, 737-7767. We want to hear from you guys tonight. What'd you think about the game yesterday? How the Titans won? What's next for them? And your excitement level about this team right now. 8-4 and in first place in the month of December. Stay tuned. More Titans talk on the way after this on News Channel 5+.